Hi everybody, my name is Monique and I'm coming to you from Thailand, and I'm hoping to talk to you today a little bit about what drama therapy in the online world can do to support our clients that are going through all of the stuff that's going on in the world right now. Yeah, so coronavirus, the intensity of the Black Lives Matter protests, yeah, 2020, people that are going through 2020, how can we support them through online drama therapy? So this is ProReal, which is an amazing virtual reality software based on psychodrama techniques, and I just created a little piece about how I feel about the online community, about what's important for drama therapists to remember. Yeah, so connection and playfulness and conversation. So let's get into it. Now, when I think about cyberspace and working online, I think about imagination. I think about all of the childhood movies I watched and the games that I played. Yeah, and this sense of somehow plugging into the computer, yeah, and plugging into the internet and just having endless possibility. And cyberspace really being imagination made tangible. So I know that for a lot of us drama therapists, for I think creative arts therapists in general, the idea of being online is slightly terrifying. We're afraid we're going to hit the wrong button. We're afraid that we're not good enough to do tech stuff. Yeah, we're not techie, geeky people. So if I can say one thing in this short, strange talk, it's that there is no perfect. Yeah, especially in a time of pandemic. Who's perfect? Who's got time for that? No one. None of us have the mental capacity to achieve perfection, and I don't think perfection is ever really a thing that therapy should be about. What I do know is that our clients need us, yeah, and I think we need our own therapists as well, right? We need connection, especially as we're stuck indoors, or even as we're taking the first steps outside into quite a different world. Yeah. So long ago, when I was back dreaming of doing drama therapy, I went to a Drama for Life Africa research conference where I studied in South Africa. And there was an amazing keynote speaker. His name is James Thompson, Professor James Thompson. And he was talking about this piece of work that he had done called In Place of War, right? And you can look it up on YouTube. It's really beautiful work. Primarily with applied theatre and theatre and education work in war zones. So places like Kosovo and, the Democratic Republic of Congo, all of those areas. And he had a really interesting thing that stuck to me. I mean, I don't remember all of the speech because this was like 2011, 2012, but something that's always stuck with me and that I actually went and found again, because yay, the internet, we can find everything, was the idea of what do we do with theatre? What can we deal with in theatre in times of crisis? Okay, so Professor Thompson had this graph. Yeah, so if like this axis is distance and this one is time, yeah, then here, the 0, 0, that's like the time and the place of war. Yeah, so the idea that the bombs are dropping on my house today. Yeah, I'm in the place at the time of war. Okay, and as we go further away in time, yeah, this is the idea that, well, the bombs were dropped on my house last year, or the bombs were dropped on my house 20 years ago. Yeah, so we're moving away in time. When we move on the distance axis, it's like the bombs are dropping now in the next town, yeah, or the bombs are dropping now over on the next continent as we go further and further away. So at 0, 0, when we're in the war, yeah, and we're in the place of war, then not a lot of theatre happens that's about the war. Yeah, understandably, people don't really want to make art about a crisis when they're in the crisis. Yeah, so generally art tends to be a little bit more distanced. We want to play, we want to remember what else there is. Yeah, we want a window into the imagination out of this hellhole, basically. And as you move further away in time or in distance or both, then we can start slowly thinking about making art about what happened and where it happened and when it happened. Yeah. So why am I talking about war? I mean, if we look at the world, things aren't going so great for the great majority of us, yeah, and especially for people who don't look like me. And so I think we need to think about coronavirus, not just in terms of pandemic, but also in terms of, well, this is a time of protest, yeah? And we're in it, we're at 0-0. And some of your clients are in the space at the time of coronavirus or of Black Lives Matter, yeah, they're in the protest. They're there in time and space. Other people, like I'm based in Thailand, so I feel a little bit more removed. Yeah, I'm on Phuket, we're an island, we just shut the island down. So we were like kind of a little fortress Phuket. So I've kind of felt a lot of distance from what's happening in the rest of the world. And in saying that, maybe a bit more capacity to create art around it, yeah, and to create art with my clients that are also feeling quite distanced and how they feel about that. So I want us to sort of think about the idea that this time period is pandemic and protest together. Yeah, like pandemonium, basically. And our clients might feel burnt out. They might feel isolated. They might feel incredibly claustrophobic as well, being stuck in a house. The four walls can close in. Yeah. So what do we do? Yeah, drama therapists, a lot of us are grappling with working online for the first time. How are we meant to deal with everything else? How are we meant to contain our clients when we're going through the same thing as them? Yeah, these times are difficult. We're not removed. We can't, if we ever could, I'm not sure if we ever really could, but if we ever could take a step back and be like therapist and client, the client is going through crisis and we're removed from that, that doesn't really exist anymore. Yeah, we are in it as well alongside. So what I wanted to think about is how drama therapy is and always has been and always will be about connection. Yeah, whether you're doing a drama therapy group or the work that I do is mostly one-on-one, it's about connecting with another human being in a space together. Yeah, and even if that space is a liminal space of being online, it's vital. It's a lifeline. Yeah. And how drama therapy can access this space, like these four-sided block that we're stuck in. Yeah. And in this program, I mean, I'm recording this in Zoom. All of life is currently in Zoom. Yeah. So how can you use this space that your client's using for a business meeting or for online learning or for 100 different things? Yeah. They're on their computer 24/7, even more so than we were before. How can we access the space and make it different? Yeah. How can we still bring playfulness? How can we still bring a reminder that we have feet and a body? Yeah, we're not just a floating head on a screen. So drama therapy, I think, online can connect us to each other, and it can connect us to the playfulness that comes from being with each other. Yeah. Today I'm using a lot of Snap camera lenses. Snap camera is an app that I like to use with some of my clients, and it's an idea we can share. It's very distracting. We can share costumes and we can share masks with each other. Yeah, even though we're not in the physical space. So how can we connect to our playfulness? How can we actually be in spaces where we're allowed just to be at 0-0, right? In the time, in the space of pandemic and protest. Maybe what our clients need is a little bit of play. Yeah, and maybe that's what we need as well, just to play and to forget a little bit about what's happening outside our door. Because if we can take the breath and if we can take the step back, then we can rejoin the fight so much stronger. Yeah, it's that idea of a choir singing a really long note. People take a breath at different times and then the sound stays the same, right? So drama therapy, I think, allows us to step back, take the breath, play, just explore, just be, just be in the moment, whatever that looks like. And then we can rejoin and someone else can take a breath. So even though these times are incredibly serious, and I am aware that I'm saying that with a cat tapping on my head, but this is why, right? These times are terrifying and scary, and people's lives are on the line in numerous ways. We can still play. Play is serious business, right? If we really believe that, now is the time to play and to provide a space for our clients and for ourselves to breathe. Another thing that drama therapy can do, and I'm giving you a very good example of why you shouldn't use a background when you've got multiple colors behind you, is it connects us to the outside world. Yeah, we spoke about the idea of coronavirus closing us in, or in the four walls seem to close us in. But drama therapy is an invitation into the imagination. Yeah, it's a door opening to the outside where we can actually just be and take that in. Yeah, and imagine a different world. Imagine maybe the past, before all of this happened. Imagine a different future, or actually just imagine our way to the bank of this body of water, where we can breathe and listen to the wind and just take a moment and rest. Imagination is incredibly powerful in allowing us to take that step back again and to regroup. Another thing drama therapy can do is it can connect us to ourselves. So don't know about you, but I never wanted to see this many pairs of eyes of my own eyes looking back at me. But I wanted to represent all the different parts of me, that I can bring to the drama therapy space. There is no part of me that is not welcome in drama therapy. And even if it's part of me that is shameful, it's part of me maybe as a white person who doesn't understand, what is this Black Lives Matter? I don't know who to ask. I don't know where to bring those feelings of shame, of guilt. Maybe I'm dealing with my own white fragility, hopefully. If I can't bring it to my therapy space, where can I take it? So we as therapists need to understand that all parts of our clients are welcome, because there needs to be a space to change and a space to grow, and we're getting paid for our work, so we can hold that work for our clients, and I think that's really important. Also, we can hold all the different aspects of what it is like to live through a pandemic. So the fear. What about our frontline workers? There's an amazing project going on in South Africa that I'm privileged enough to be part of, that's Frontline Services, and it's a pro bono volunteer work with our frontline healthcare workers, who need containment, who need grounding, who need help, just dealing with being on the front line every day. So can they bring all of that? Can they bring resentment that they wish they didn't have to do this? Can they bring anger that people are not social distancing or don't care? Or what our politicians are saying? Is all of that welcome? Everything, even the difficult parts. Because if it isn't, then what are we doing? What are we here for? So we need to see ourselves in all of this in this way, so that we can facilitate that for our clients as well. So I'm not sure what I wanted to say. I wasn't sure what I wanted to say when I first got asked about how drama therapy can help support people during this time. I think it's really difficult to put into words what the world is like at the moment. But I am incredibly grateful that I get a window into my client, literally a window into their worlds. I get to meet them in their house, in their houses, or in their cars, because that's where there's a confidential space for some of my clients. I get to still do my job, with clients that desperately need containment and grounding, or space to breathe, or space to reflect, or space to bring themselves, all of themselves, and without judgment, to work through this stuff. And I hope that every drama therapist has space for themselves to bring all of that as well, whether through supervision or personal therapy or whatever it is, because it's tough out there. It's really, really tough, and that's okay. We're human. I think that's our superpower as creative arts therapists, is that we can be uniquely human with our clients. And as long as you are connecting with them in whatever way you can, beyond using cool apps or filters, or, we're not hiding behind the digital space. We're actually just saying, I see you. And sometimes that's enough.